Okay, so now I'm just going to apply the same technique of defining a new style here and then applying it to the items that I want applied to create this effect. Right, so what's first? Well, the paragraph items are actually further indented, so I'm going to need to increase the margin on just the list items. So I'm going to do that. I'll just go down here. Off screen I've got another file ready to go, and that's just going to save a bit of time. List items, I want the list items to, instead of just having a margin of 100, I want them to have a margin of 120. So that's going to push them in further 20 pixels, and also want them to be italic. So let's save that and then refresh over here. Done. Okay, what else do we need here? We need a background color style. We've already got red. We need a green and an underline. So let's just copy those in. Okay, so we've got light blue background color cyan, text color red. Oh, that's a duplicate, so I'll just get rid of that. Text color green, yes, that's fine. Text underline, we're going to be using that. And just for demonstration purposes, a combined one where text, color green and underline. And we have a choice of using that. So I'm going to apply that to these list items here. And just cheat a little bit from my file off screen. Okay, there. So the first list item has applied the light blue background using a span tag, and I'll explain that in a moment. The middle one is red, and the last one has text color green and text underline. You see, it's actually two classes applied here with a space, and we can do that. We can apply as many classes as we want. And we can also combine them here, text, color, green, underline. But this is just to demonstrate that we can do, we can have flexibility at the element level, but we can also have flexibility at the styling level as well. So let's just save this and see what the effect is over here. Right, so we've got background here, red and green with underline. And that's very close to our end goal. Very close indeed. We might need to fiddle around a little bit with the numbers of the margins here and the text size, but that's very close to our end goal. Great. Okay, so let's just finish this demonstration off a little bit. I mentioned something about having two classes here for this third list item. But there are other options as well, and I'm just going to show you that now. So I've just pasted in another list item 3, but this time you can see the difference. Text, color, green, underline. That's a single class, which is this one that I've defined up here. And so when I save and refresh, what that's going to do is add another list item under there, but it should look identical to the one above it. So let's try that. Yep, that's right. So there's multiple ways of achieving the same formatting. You might want to combine things at the styling level there, or you might want to separate things out so that you can apply individual styles to multiple items. Okay, so that's the list item 3, multiple classes. And I also mentioned before that I'm using a span tag here. And I didn't mention that, why that I was doing that there before. So now I'm just going to explain why I did that. And so I'll just make a bit of space here and paste in, I suppose, what you might have expected me to paste in before there. So this list element with the class light blue background. And so I'll paste that in and then save and refresh to demonstrate to you what would happen if I did that. So that should pop in between this item and the first item and the second item there. Refresh. Okay, so you can see that the highlighting has gone from the bullet point but it's also gone further out to the right. And that isn't what we wanted. We didn't want that. The reason that it has done that is because it's applied it to the entire line rather than just the text, you see. This class is applied to the list item. It's not just applied to the text. If I want to apply some styling to text, I have to wrap that text up in what's called a span tag. Span starts there and ends there. And so anything that I put outside of that span tag should be not highlighted. Let me just demonstrate that. Okay, so I'll save this and then refresh. See that? It's not highlighted. So that's how we control styling of particular items of text using these span tags. Great. So, in summary then, the way that a web page works is in conjunction with a browser, a web browser. So over here I've got the file in a text editor, so you can see what's going on. This is the content down here, and we apply tags to text to make them behave in a certain way, and then we apply classes to tags to make them style in a certain way. We've got different types of tags as well, H1s, P1s and LIs, that have a predefined behavior, but then we can add our own behavior on top of that using our custom styles here, which start with a period there. And as you can see, this approach to styling a web page gives you almost unlimited flexibility. It is possible to get a similar effect as to what you can do in a word processor. That is how we style a web page.